Welcome back, guys, to one more episode of price action trading on Bank Nifty. Let's see how our favorite indicator Bank Nifty performed today on Thursday, 18th April, and what could have been the price action trades we could have taken. So, as we can see, that on 5-minute charts, which is the time frame I use for price action trading intraday on Bank Nifty, we are in a confirmed downtrend. And towards the close of yesterday, if we just look at the market action till yesterday, it was we opened cap down, we barely touched the moving average, stayed below the moving average for most of the day, and then right bang at the end of the day, we had these two bullish candles. So definitely at the open of today, after a one-day holiday, I was expecting an upward momentum to at least fill up this gap. Let's see what happened at the open. So at the open, the first bar itself was a big bullish bar which gave us around 160 points. But I always wait for the first 5 minutes before taking any trade. And what happened was that as the market opened, it zoomed past and it was impossible to take a trade. And it reached till the high of this point. So you can see there is a tail of 73 points. That means this bullish bar has covered this gap and is exhausting at the top. So since we were in a confirmed downtrend, I was more keen to take bearish trades, though this one and two leg up gave me some indication that we might see some down action and another up action later on in the day. So let's see what happened. After this first 5 minutes bar closed, we got this small doji bar, which was an indecision. That means the bulls are not able to take the price higher, neither the bears are able to bring the price down. It was only on the third bar that I became confident that yes, the bulls are losing control and we have a chance for the price to go and touch the moving average again. But on the very short term trend, the trend was high on the upside, so I was expecting just a scalp trade to touch the moving average. Though on from the last 3-4 days, we can see definitely the trend is down. Gap down here, and here as well, we were in a downtrend. Even though I wish I could have taken the trade here, I entered the trade somewhere at the close of this bar because I was not too confident. And immediately on entering the trade, it started to go negative because of this bar. But I kept in the trade and I was lucky that I got this 1 and 2 bars down and I was able to capture from here to here and make some small amount of money during the trade. What I could have also done was, after exiting here, this could have been the first leg down and there was the second leg up, and with this doji bar giving us the exhaustion, the next bar again it came back to touch the moving average and then it should have risen again, because then it would have been 1, 2, 3 and then upward movement, but here it failed. So on the open of this bar, the second move could have been for the second leg for 1, 2, 3 bars, and at the end of this doji bar, the moment it crossed this high, we could have exited the trade. So the first trade to be taken was this movement down after the close of this bar. The second trade was after the close of this bar, again second trade down here. Now in my previous videos, I have described how we divide the day session into 3 parts of 2 hours each approximately, and if the middle part of the day is near to the moving average and in the middle of the range, then we should avoid to take the trade, because that is typically when you will get a lot of whipsaws. So let's see how that happened. This was the open. This is the first half from 9:15 to 10:15. 11:15, I'm sorry. This is the second half till 125 and finally the third half of the day. So we can see that during the first opening session, our range was from the high of this bar to the low of this bar. So I have taken only in the first session what is the range, and definitely during the second half we could see that we are in somewhere in the middle of the range and going close to the moving average. So whoever who traded during this time would have suffered a lot of whipsaws. So frankly, I did not do any trades during this time. I spent my time reading and doing something else, but just keeping the monitor open to see if there is any price action setup. Now, after this first trade, most of the day the price tried to stay above the moving average. So we could see that there is some bullish momentum. But I was expecting this high to be taken out. So it would have been this up, down, and then another up. But somewhere it failed here. Then the market tried to make a couple of attempts to break this high. So first attempt, second attempt, third attempt. I did two things in this price action. What I did was I drew a big trend channel. So how do we draw the trend channel? We take at this point, which is the starting of the downtrend. We go here, and then we take our next point here, and we just extend this towards the right side. So let me draw it again. We take the parallel lines channel, take this first top, take the second top, and take this bottom, or take this bottom, in fact, this which is better. So you can see the price action more or less confined itself in this downward channel, and here there was a bottom of the channel overshoot. Whenever there is a bottom of the channel overshoot, it means that the downtrend is exhausting, and we may see some action on the upper side, which is precisely what happened yesterday. We closed on the upper boundary of the channel, and then today we crossed the upper boundary of the channel, and I was expecting that the downtrend had ended. This trend line had been broken. There would be a test of this bottom or this bottom, and then after this bottom the price will zoom again. So when this bottom happened, though it looked like a higher bottom, I was still expecting a test of this bottom and then the price to zoom back again if this downtrend had finished. But if you look at a little longer time frame, we can see we have come all the way from down here to here, and it was looking a little difficult for the price to fall here. I also drew this horizontal line in the morning just to connect this top and this top and this bottom to see if today or any day in the future this will serve as a support, which surprisingly it did. Now coming back to our price action trading, so during this time till about 1:15 there were hardly any trades except this up movement and this down movement. Sorry. So what was the other price action trades we could do? Then I drew one more triangle here, just connecting this low and this low and extending it, and connecting this high and this high and extending it. So we can see that the triangle upper boundary was broken here, and normally triangles are continuation pattern. So I was expecting the short term trend to go higher. Let's see what happened in the next bar. Let me take this towards the end. Let me take this towards the end. Okay. Now this was the first time it breached the upper boundary. So I expected that maybe in the couple of attempts it will again breach the upper boundary. This is the bar where I thought that finally I will see the next leg up. So I was ready to get into a trade, but the next bar itself, it moved a little up and then started to become red. So I said, no, let me wait for another confirmation before I can take a trade on the bullish side. Suddenly the next bar was where I think lots of retail traders would suffer a huge loss. In span of 5 minutes, the market moved 422 points from the top of this bar to the bottom of this bar, which was huge. And then you look at the second bar. After finishing here, it opened here, went all the way down, and then it closed here. So people who would have tried to chase the market here would have got some money. If they held their position, the options would have evaporated quickly and they would have lost money here. Whoever thought that this was a freak move and it will go up again, you would have bought here again, and then the next bar itself, you would have lost some money. So, and this again is with a large tail, this is again with a large tail. So this was a very violent move which came, and lots of people would have lost some money. I could not take this trade, but if we had kept a cool mind, we could have seen what a good price action trade could have been. So we can see that we are in a long-term downtrend. Long-term means since the last couple of days on 5-minute charts, and here almost a wedge is forming, which is failed to the downside, and this compromises the first leg of the down move in two parts. So there is one down move up, the second down move, and then the sideways action. So there will be expected that there will be another down move up and down move, again a two-legged down move for the second part. So whoever who would have kept a cool mind would have seen that again we are in a confirmed downtrend. The downtrend has resumed. We are below the moving average, and after these bars, which are very close doji bars and almost in a trading range, we will look at if there is some exhaustion, and we can again look at a trade on the downside. So this bar would have been a good bar to take a trade because it closed well below the range, and we could have entered on the open, and it would have given us about 68 points and another 132 points. Then the next bar it reversed by 82 points. Since here we had two legs, here we will also expect two legs, so we would have exited here and look for another entry later. Again it went up and touched the upper boundary of our channel, and that became a doji bar, closed down. So again this would have been the second leg of the trade. If we took it, we could have got 19 points, then 23 points, then 12 points, and then finally 59 points to surprisingly touch this bar which we had drawn all the way starting from 21st of March. 1, 2 and 3 times it has acted either as a resistance or as a support. So it did that today as well, and we can see this is the one leg down up and the second leg down. Even this one leg down has two legs in it. 1, 2, 3, sorry, one leg down, up and down. So this is two legs for the first one. Again the second one is one leg down, up, and second leg down for the second leg. Now this could have been the good second trade of the day. This would have been very difficult to catch, and let's see what we can expect for tomorrow. So as we can clearly see, we are still in a confirmed downtrend, and the downtrend has resumed, and this moving average is very steep. So tomorrow there may be a chance that we can touch this moving average, go a little bit up, and then resume our downtrend again to at least reach this low. Let's see how the markets will perform tomorrow. That's all from me today. Just taking a closer look again at the price action today, how it performed. So we had a gap. We did not have a gap. We had a huge bullish bar, and then on the third bar we could have taken a trade to reach the moving average. Then the second leg down, then sideways action of no trades, and then this massive fall, recovery fall. So this completes the two-legged first leg, then a sideways action, and then again the second leg of the fall to reach this support point. That's all from me today. Thanks. See you again tomorrow.